What up, YouTube? WK Team DKF. It's budget builder time. But before I get into that, I want you guys to go check out my blog. It's wkdad1.blogspot.com. I have a link probably over here. And also a new thing I've been experimenting with. I got a new toolbar application for you to go try. I'll have it here, and the links for both my blog and my new toolbar application will be on the sides there. With the toolbar, you'll be able to get instant updates from the team, upcoming videos, decks I have for sale, and other random things I post. It also directs you to my blog spot. It also has a little function for radios. You can see what I'm listening to. Right now it's set to old school hip hop, and that's the guys that my teammates all know that I listen to old school hip hop all the time. So you better listen to crazy old rap music from the 80s and early 90s that I listen to. Alright guys, like I said, it's Budget Builder Challenge number 7. Shitty City. You'll notice that up there it says Atlantis, because I couldn't put Shitty City up there being a partner and whatnot. I didn't want to put the curse words and all that. So yeah, here's the deck. I want to give a special shout out to Maximo 1142 and Senior Blanco 88. Those guys have been helping me test this deck, and you can message them yourself and they'll tell you how deadly effective this deck is and its budget. So let's go with the deck list. Got Stratos, 2 Sparkman, 3 Element Hero Alius, Gemini Lancer, 3 Gemini Lancer, 2 Crusader of Endymion, 2 Evocator Chevalier, 3 Honest. Yep, Honest has been reprinted, so it's fairly inexpensive, so we get to run it now. We've got Emergency Call, Reinforcement of the Army, Shrink, Enemy Controller, Brain Control, 3 Gemini Spark, Tech Miracle Fusion, Heavy Storm, onto the traps, 2 Bottomless, 2 Trap Hole, 2 Justi-Break, Hero Blast, 2 Imperial Customs, 2 Skill Drain, 2 Royal Oppression, and 1 Gemini Counter. Okay, let me tell you guys a little bit about how the deck works. Basically, you want to try to open with Stratos, get things going. Just like if you have Destiny Draw, if you open with Gemini Spark, of course you want to grab Alius, or if you're holding E-Call, you might want to grab Sparkman so you don't draw it later, and later on play the Emergency Call. We're running Gemini Lancer because, of course, we have 0 out now. This card's amazing. So that gives you access to 0. Then of course we have Crusader of Endymion, 1900 beats. I mean, you look at this monster lineup: 1900 beats, 1800 beats, 1900, 1900. Then of course Honest, who's compatible with 2, 5, 6, 7 monsters, plus they're compatible with each other. So that makes it pretty good. He's fire, however, but being a Gemini, it's still a 1900 beater, and with all Geminis, they combo exceptionally with Gemini Spark and our tech piece of negation. So when you have your setup, they're top decking. They top deck that allure, that D-draw they needed. Gemini Counter shuts it down. It's a counter trap. They have to solemn or dark bribe it. Of course, we have our standard removal suite. You know, Storm for their back rows, enemy controller, brain control, shrink, battle tricks, move stuff out the way. They leave a Stratos on the field. You have Miracle Fusion in hand. You summon Gemini Lancer, activate, those kind of things. Or they have you brain control the Brionic, pitch your Alius, bounce something, activate Miracle Fusion. There's all kind of cool combos you can do with that. One of the things I did during a duel was I set Econ, took their Brionic, activated Miracle Fusion, and it was great. We're loaded with lots of removal here. Trap-based removal. We got 2 Bottomless, 2 Trap Hole. Justi-Break. Being that this is budget, Mirror Force is kind of out of our range, and so Justi-Break kind of fits the bill fine. I mean, look at that. We have 2, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 targets or cards that meet the condition to activate Justi-Break, so this is going to be live often. Hero Blast. They stack for Plague. You blow it up by returning one of these 5 to your hand. Imperial Customs. I like this tech. This prevents us from having to run Bribe or Solemn. things like that. Even though Bribe has been reprinted, it's still kind of a pain in the ass to get a hold of quantities so that I can build multiple copies of this deck. But Imperial Customs fits the bill just fine. They drop Lila, they try to pop your customs, you chain Imperial, or to pop your oppression, you chain Imperial Order. They storm, you got drain oppression up, Imperial Customs. So that's why that thing is there too. I mean, especially if you have these two face up and that down. Basically, you chain Imperial Custom. So this gets destroyed, this lives. They've wasted a power card on your back row, and now they're having to use some other option to clear your back row. And this is one of the cool combos I like about this deck. Alright guys, like always, my budget builder decks are for sale or for trade. I may consider trading this one instead of just selling it. Please be in mind that I'll have copies on my eBay store. I'll try to get a link over there, if not tonight, sometime within the next week, because I'm still working on getting it all built up and looking pretty. But I'm working on more copies of it. So here's the cards, another. So yeah, I have this book here is filled with copies of this deck. I intend for it to sell pretty good. Thanks to you all, I was able to sell more than 10 copies of my hammer and nail deck. And hopefully you guys can help me do it again and sell copies of this. And what I like about these decks is it's sort of like a structure deck. You're getting quality cards. I mean, you're getting the Stratos, you're getting Endymion, you're getting Honest, Miracle Fusion, Skill Drains. Oops, getting blurry. I'm sorry about that. Skill Drains, Royal Oppression, Bottomless Trap Holes. Pretty good basic staple cards, and a couple of fairly not so much high end, but really good trade bait if you don't need them. All in a deck, ready to play deck, and it's very competitive against the standard meta. But this time I cannot include a 0. I only have 1. I went to Barnes and Nobles. I had ordered 5, but apparently somebody that worked at the Barnes and Nobles also plays Yu-Gi-Oh, and my books that were set aside from the online pick it up store there took 4 off the shelf and left me 1, so I just have 1. But when I have those in, I'll make a note, and if you have my toolbar installed, you'll be able to see when I get them in. So there's just another free plug for my toolbar. Alright guys, tell me what you think. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. And this is Dub K Dad, Team Decaf, and I'm out. Thank you guys.